Hello Reborners, my name is Karen and this is Making Dolls with Karen. We're back with little Felicity. She had her bake. She's looking pretty good. Some little something got on her face over here, and when I scratched it off, it left a tiny, tiny mark. I'm hoping the paint will cover that up. Anyway, I think she's dark enough. She's had her 05. We're gonna now put some warm blush on her. And we're going to get right into it because it's getting kind of late and I want to get her finished. And if I can get her dark enough with this one coat of warm blush, then we'll come back to just her last coat, which will be the regular blush. And then she'll be ready to, get her magnet in her eyes and stuff. And we will get her ready for her hair. And after I finish, I think, I'm not positive, but I have about 5 dolls to put together. And after I finish these two, I'm probably going to put all of these dolls together and make another baby showcase video. It'll be a short, and it'll show all these babies that I've been making recently that I haven't shown already. Lucy and Everly and I made another Martin, I made a Dominic, and then I have Felicity and June that will be finished as well, and we'll just showcase them all at one time. And then we'll start on the twins. I have some twins that I've sealed, and one of them still needs their sealer baked, but I can get that done while I'm rooting. You just bake them, and when they get done, you just turn them over and let them cool, and then you just bake them again, and then they're done, and they're ready to start getting painted. But I like to have dolls ready when I'm ready to paint them. It's a lot easier that way than to, oh, now I have to seal a doll and wait. But see, I sealed in between, and so they'll be ready when I'm ready for them. I'm going to do them together because I want them to look alike. And, I want the same level of paint job on both of them so that one's not real dark and one's real light, even though twins can be that way. And these are actual real-born twins, Aspen and Leaf, and they're the cutest little babies. And I wish I had the sleeping Aspen, but I don't, so we're just going to have to do with the awake Aspen. Sleeping Aspen has been out of stock forever and a day, and I had a couple of chances to get one, but it fell through some kind of way. This one woman, I contacted her and said I wanted Aspen and a couple other dolls. I don't remember which ones they were. And then she couldn't seem to send me an invoice through PayPal so I could pay her. And I kept asking her and asking her and asking her, and finally she had said, oh, those dolls are taken. And I said, yeah, they were supposed to have been, they're spoken for, is what she said. I said, yeah, they were spoken for by me. I was probably the first person that saw your listing because I check multiple times a day. I check my Facebook, and it was on Facebook. And so I saw it immediately, and nobody had commented anything. So I figured I must be the first one to ask for a doll. And so I asked, Aspen was one of the ones I asked for. And then it turned out, she said, oh, I might still have Aspen, I don't know. And then later she messaged me and said, oh, it wasn't really Aspen, it was just another doll in Aspen's bag. I said, well, thanks for wasting all of my time. It took me multiple days to get her to finally, message me back. And then she acted like I was some horrible, horrible person, and she posted something about me in the doll group that I was probably going to make some negative comments about her, and she just wanted everybody to know they weren't true. I said, are you kidding me? I haven't even made a comment about you, but everything I would have said would have been true. She did brush me off like 15 times, and then finally she told me she didn't have the dolls no more. But she twisted it around to make it sound like I'm going to tell my side of the story so y'all know in case she does post something about me. And she twisted it around to make it sound like I only contacted her like once, and I never contacted her again, so she thought I wasn't interested. It just wasn't like that at all. Anyway, I didn't post anything about her. I wasn't interested in doing that. I have better things to do with my time than go, lady, this lady made me mad. You know, she did make me mad, but I'm not going to post it. That's ridiculous. Why would anybody do that? And I had another opportunity to get an Aspen too, but I think that her outrageous postage was something I couldn't get around. Sometimes they put the doll at a real reasonable price. I guess it's so you'll want to get it. And then the postage is outrageous. And you're going, okay, it can't cost that much to mail a kid. There's no way. And you're going, that's their way. I'm thinking, that's their way to make more money on the doll. They make you think, oh, they only want $25 for the kit. That's all? Wow, I'm going to order that kit. And then the postage is like $30. And it literally costs like $5 to $7 to send it. And they send it the cheapest way too. And then, okay, there you are with no doll, with a doll that you paid 50 something dollars for, $55 to get the doll and get it shipped. And it's ridiculous. I just don't buy dolls when people do that. I just don't buy those because I can't pay that kind of postage. And some people act like if you ask them to combine shipping, you're asking for their firstborn child or something. And people ask me all the time to combine ship, and I go, sure. You buy 3 dolls, I'll do my best to get them in a box. As long as they fit in the box, I can combine the shipping. If they won't fit in the box, I can't do it, because you can't combine 2 different boxes and combine the shipping. It doesn't work. And most people are understanding about that. You know, as long as you can get it in the box, you can combine the shipping. And I try to get a box big enough, and I try to combine shipping for them. But I tell them, wait while I make another post that combines the shipping, because I don't know how to do it the other way. And it just doesn't combine. You can press that combine shipping button as many times as you want, and the shipping just doesn't combine. I think it's a flaw in eBay. But I make a new listing, and I put the names of the dolls and everything in there, and how much each doll was. I combine the prices, and then I refigure the shipping according to the new size of the box and weight of the box, and that's their new shipping. And that's about the best you can do to combine ship. And sometimes it's not that much of a savings, but you would be surprised. Some people just, if it's $2 savings, they're happy with it. Well, at least it's $2 cheaper, you know. And I agree, every dollar you can save is money you're saving. So, I mean, this is putting stamp marks on this doll's face. Turn it over on the side where it's drier. Maybe I'll stop doing that. Well, Felicity, you only got one more coat after this one, I think. I think this one's going to be dark enough. She looks kind of dark to me. I don't know for sure, but I think she will be dark enough. Her arms and legs do not look all that dark compared to her face, but her face is blushed up. When blush gets all over her body too, she'll probably look darker. Oh, we're gonna get her in, get her baked, get on with this show. See where I blushed her hands, they're darker than the rest of her. Well, that's got her with a warm blush. And I'm gonna dig out some eyes for her, because when she comes out from her next, not this bake, but the next bake, when she comes out, I'll be ready to put her eyes right in and everything. Well, after she cools. I don't do it hot. It's just no reason to do that. They go in plenty easy when you just do it with them cool. Anyway, let's see, 20 millimeter eyes. What color hair do I want to give her? I like to pick the eyes according to the hair. I have green, blue. I did have some cute little gray eyes. They look like newborn baby eyes. They really did. And I have this color. I think it's like a hazel color. It's kind of green and brown at the same time. I might give her that color. And let's see, I have to get some for June too. I think I'm gonna make June a blonde. I'm gonna get her some blue eyes. Felicity's probably gonna be brown-headed. I'm not sure. Somebody complimented me on the eyes of my dolls. She said, "Oh, what beautiful eyes." And I said, "Well, thank you." It was a lady who bought a doll from me. June's in the oven now, and Felicity's going right in as soon as June gets out, and she's going to get baked too, and then they'll both get their blush layer, and then I'll bake them again, and then maybe if I feel like it tonight, I might start rooting one of them. The last June I made had a tragic end. A poor little doll. A woman was hostile toward me. She stripped the doll and then she tried to say I sent it to her that way. I don't know why anybody would do that. I just don't understand it. And it was just weird. And then she didn't even send it back after she opened up a case and said she wanted to send it back. eBay said I had to send her a label. I had to let her send it back. And some kind of way they were going to mitigate the loss of the doll being ruined, and then I'd have to give her some sort of a money back, something. And I was very upset over it. Anyway, she never sent the doll back, so they closed the case. Usually the people who give you the most trouble, I find it this way from experience. The people who give you the most trouble are the people who ask for the most discounts at the beginning. Will you lower the shipping? Will you give me a group deal? Will you go down a little bit more because I don't have much money? And then they're the ones who give you the most problem about the doll. Most people, they just don't give you any problem. Most everybody is good, but some people are so difficult. It's just part of the territory, though, when you're selling dolls. But anyway, we're going to get Felicity in the oven, get her baked, and we'll be back as quickly as possible because I want to get finished with these dolls. I've been bouncing back and forth between several dolls for several days, including sealing 3 dolls in the middle of making 2 dolls at the same time. It's been a crazy few days. So finishing them up will be the highlight, I guess. But anyway, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and happy reborning.